We're back and good morning sa ating lahat. Welcome back to our class. Yung mga series of videos po natin before, may kinalaman din po sa ngayon. So what I did, pinaghiwa-hiwalay ko sila para at least kung may kailangan po kayo malaman, all you have to do is to look at the title. Pero I would want to make it clear na magkakasunod po sila. So connected po sila pero pinaghiwa-hiwalay ko per topic. Para at least hindi rin masayang yung oras ninyo on looking at the topic. Tapos minsan tatamarin na kaya walang natututunan. So dito po, we will be having our continuation of the topic, and that is the application of quadratic function. Okay? So with that, balik na po tayo sa atin pong slides. Okay? So we're back here now, and this will be our topic. Okay, so our topic for today is about the application of quadratic function in different problems. Hindi porket alam na natin yung quadratic function, stop na tayo. Okay? So we have to know how to apply this one, yung knowledge po natin. Now, if we will be looking at the subtitle dito, it says how to use quadratic function as a mean to solve word problem. This lesson focuses mainly dun po sa ating word problems. Okay? So balikan muna natin ang ating aim. At the end of this session, you should be able to, number one is recall the maximum or minimum point of quadratic function. So, yung po palang quadratic function natin, as we have discussed before, it resembles a parabola. At dun sa parabola natin, we have the maximum or the minimum point. And apply the knowledge gained in quadratic function in analyzing word problems. Aside po sa pagbabalik-aral po natin, i-apply natin yung ating mga natutunan sa word problems naman, how to analyze carefully. And last but not the least is to solve problems involving quadratic function. So we will be having here now examples, word problem examples that we will be applying quadratic function para po ma-solve. Okay, let us start first. Balikan lang po muna natin what is the maximum or the minimum point in the quadratic function. If you can still recall, we have here now several videos na nagdidetalye kung ano yung mga kailangan natin sa quadratic function. And ang sagot po natin dyan will be the vertex. So yung the vertex natin, depending on the position or the given equation, it can serve as the maximum point, pinakamataas, or the minimum point. And it is represented by H and K. I'd want to make it clear, yung H natin is the value of X dun sa vertex natin. Yung K natin represents the value of Y sa vertex po natin. Now, supposing this is our given, ito rin yung example natin last time around. We have a parabola opening downward, sad face if you can still remember. And we have here now the smiley face here, opening upward. Ito negative, ito positive. So dito, ang vertex po natin, kahit na yan po ay pabuka pataas or pabuka pababa, hindi na bago. 4 and 16. 4 yung X, ayun. Then 16 yung Y. So we have here now 4 and 16. Now, do not forget that the vertex is represented by H and K. This is what I have been telling you kanina pa po. Now, going back dun sa formula natin, this is the vertex formula. H at saka yung K natin. Kung mapapansin natin, you can go back to the videos before, nung explanation po para dito. This is always positive. Tas depende po dito kung ano yung magiging sign niya, kung positive siya or negative. So no matter what happened to A times the square of quantity X minus H, the value of K, ito, will serve as the basis of being minimum point. Tingnan natin. Ayun, pinakamababa yung point na yan. So, pataas yung susunod. Or, maximum point. Ayan. Now, why I'm telling you this, pag pinag-uusapan po yung minimum or maximum, gusto ko lang pong maliwanagan tayo lahat. That will serve as the K dun po sa ating vertex. So pag may naghanap sa atin, what is the minimum point? Yung K lagi. Kasi yung X natin hindi mababago, palagi yung 4. Ayan o. Patuwid. Pero yung atin pong K, mababago yan. Kaya siya naging minimum kasi pwede siyang maging 17, 18, 19. Or pagpababa naman yung arrow natin, kung siya po yung maximum, pwede siyang maging 15, 10, 5, 0. So nababago yung Y natin, so that will be the basis. And I want you to remember itong K natin kasi ito yung gagamitin natin mamaya. Okay? So let us put this knowledge into action. Kaya ko po binanggit, we will be having here word problems. So halimbawa, example 1, when two positive numbers were added, their sum is 25. What is the possible minimum sum of their squares? Sa biglang tingin, this problem parang hindi naman pwedeng i-apply yung quadratic function. Pero i-analyze muna natin, no? So if we will analyze this problem carefully, we can represent the two numbers as x and y. Hindi natin alam eh. Hindi naman natin pwedeng sabing x and x. Kasi pag may isang variable ka, dapat yung value niya parehas lang. So dito, x and y, magkaiba yung variable. Ang sabi, sum. So the operation involved is addition. 25. So pag pinag-add daw yung x at saka y, 25. So ito yung ating first number. So the first number is represented by x. Ano yung pangalawa? Y. Kaya lang, iingatan natin na maging magkaiba yung variable na involved. So, isolve muna natin yung y, ilipat mo ito sa kabila, magiging 25 minus x. So, yung katumbas po ng y dito sa kabila will be 25 minus x. Yun po yung gagamitin natin. Ayan o. If the second number is y, then its value is 25 minus x. Bakit natin ginawa na 25 minus x? Para isang variable lang po yung gagamitin natin. Hindi tayo masyadong mahihirapan pag hahanap po ng kasagutan. Now, knowing this, using this knowledge, the two numbers are x and 25 minus x. This is the values na gagamitin po natin. Eto, let x is equal to the first number. Base dito sa ating problem, ha? 25 minus x is equal to the second number. And f of x, or this is actually yung y natin, is the sum of the squares of the two numbers. Bakit ko ginawa ng f of x or y? Kasi yung tanong dito, what is the possible minimum sum of their squares? So yun yung f of x. Ang sabi, sum, so mag-add tayo na len ng squares nila. So you're going to have to square the first term, the first number, and then i-add mo yun dun sa square ng second number. I-square mo rin yung second number. Let's put that into our screen. F of x is equal, ito yung first number x in square, plus, kasi sum. So, I enclose this into a grouping symbol, parenthesis, 25 minus x, para malaman natin na ito yung kabuuan yung second number. At ito yung i-square natin. Now, yung pag-i-square natin dito, balikan nyo lang, hindi yan 25 times 25 tapos minus x times x, hindi ganon. Ang ibig pong sabihin yan, 25 minus x times the quantity of 25 minus x. Ang magiging sagot, eto. 625. Pag i-multiply ito times 2, negative 50x, then square the last number, x squared. Okay? Now, dahil positive yung nandito, wala kang papalitan anumang sign sa loob ng grouping symbol natin. Which means, ganyan pa rin yung magiging itsura niya. Now, simplifying this, we have here now x squared at saka x squared. Dalawa na yung x squared natin. So, pwede kong iayos in the standard form. 2x squared minus 50x plus 625. Ito yung quadratic function nitong problemang ito. I hope I'm making sense and I hope you're keep on following me dito sa lecture po natin. Okay? So the first thing na ginawa po natin, kinuha natin yung quadratic function nitong mismong given. And then afterwards, identify lang natin yung A, B at saka yung C. A is equal to 2, B is equal to negative 50, and C is 625. Ito na ngayon yung gagamitin po natin. Okay? Dun sa previous videos po natin, meron tayong short method in getting the values of the vertex. Specifically, yung value po ng ating x, or ng h, should I say, and yung value ng y. So, using the shortcut for getting the vertex of the quadratic function, ano nga yung formula natin? H is equal to negative b over 2a, and k is equal to 4ac minus b squared all over 4a. Now, kagaya po nung sinabi ko kanina dito, ang tanong dito, possible minimum. So, minimum, it's either tataas siya or bababa siya. Okay? Yun yung ating pinag-uusapan dun eh. Sir, minimum siya, so mas tataas pa po dapat siya. Hindi siya move sa kanan o kaya move sa kaliwa. Which means, ang kailangan lang natin yung sa value ng y, which is k. Can you follow, guys? Ngayon, meron kayong mga mapapanood siguro sa iba. Even if you search sa YouTube, babalikan pa rin itong h. I have no problem dun sa mga gumagawa nun, but it will give you more work. So what I'm teaching right now, direct to the point, ito lang yung kailangan natin. At ito yung mas madali. So we will be focusing sa k. Isa-substitute lang natin lahat ito. Ay, sir, ang gagawin dito sa h, hindi natin gagamitin. Alin ang gagamitin ulit natin? Yung k po natin. That's the reason why we come up with the values of a, b, and c. All we have to do now is to substitute these values dito po sa ating formula. Now, substituting the values, yung a ay 2, c ay 625. Now, yung b natin, nasa labas yung minus tayo dito, pero yung b natin, negative 50. If you notice, nasa loob ng parenthesis. Anyway, kahit anong value naman ito, pag in-square mo, positive yung magiging sagot. All over 4 times ang a natin, 2. Simplifying this will become 5,000 minus yung ating negative 50 times negative 50 is positive 2,500. So, minus positive 2,500, ayan. 5,000 minus 2,500. All over 4 times 2 is 8. Pag sinubtract natin yung numerator, we will come up with 2,500 divided by 8. The value of k is 312.5. This will serve as our minimum answer. So the minimum sum of the squares of this problem is 312 and 5/10. Ito po yung sagot. Ito po yung sa unang problem po natin, unang example natin. Baka po may mga tanong po muna. Okay, if none, let's continue with the second one. So example number 2, and I will be the one reading, of course. HERALDO owns a rice field, so palayan. The perimeter of his rectangular rice field is 76 meters. Pag sinabi nating perimeter, ito yung palibot. So just imagine, meron tayo ditong pilapil, meron po ditong nilalakaran. No? Okay? Ang tawag yata dito, pitak eh. Isang pitak, tas pilapil yung nilalakaran sa tabi. So yung nasa tabi po, 76 meters yung isang buo rectangle. Now, he wants to know the greatest or maximum possible area of this rice field. Please help him. Sino yung tutulungan natin? Si HERALDO. Okay? So, analyze po muna natin. May sinasabing perimeter. Dito papasok yung nasa unang mga videos natin na may perimeter and then meron po tayong area. Let's say for example, this is the formula para po sa perimeter. This is 2 times the sum of length and width. Okay? Now, substituting the value, 76 yung perimeter, tapos 2L plus W. What we're going to do now is to solve for one of these two variables, either L o kaya po W. Ano po? Mamaya na anak, ha? So, we will be doing that. Kailangan mawala itong 2. So, we divide both sides by 2. We will come up with 38. Sa kabila, matitira, L plus W. So, we will be left with 38 is equal to length plus width. Kagaya po nung sinabi ko, isa lang dito ang kailangan natin. So, ilipat natin sa kabila kahit alin. I'm going to reiterate and make it clear, kahit alin pwede mong ilipat. So, dahil tatawid po siya ng equal sign, yung taglay niyang sign mababago. Okay? So, let's say for example, ang inilipat ni Sir ay W. So, we have here now length is equal to 38 minus W. Para mas maliwanag po sa atin, iayos lang natin. Ayan. Ito na ngayon yung length natin. Itong equal niya, ito yung gagamitin mo. Now, ang hinahanap dito, area. Which means we have to know the formula para din po sa area. Area is equal to length times width. Now, instead of length, ang gagamitin po natin, 38 minus W. Ayun. Times W. If you notice, isa na lang yung W natin. Okay? Isa na lang yung variable natin dito. Kung i-substitute natin, or we will be imagining this as a quadratic equation, or quadratic function, this will serve as the function of x, and then this will be the x. Simplify muna natin. Distribute 38W, distribute negative W squared. Iayos ko lang ulit. A is equal to negative W squared plus 38W. May magtatanong, Sir, bakit hindi na bago yung sign? Tandaan natin, inire-arrange lang natin ito, pero hindi po siya tumawid ng equal sign. Which means, yung sign niya, taglay pa rin niya kahit saan mo ilagay dito sa side nito. Nagbabago lang po tayo ng sign kapag tatawid siya ng equal sign. Okay pa? So, eto na siya. Kagaya nung ginawa natin nung una, we have to identify yung values ng A, B, and C. So, A is negative 1. B, yung katabi na may variable, 38. C, 0. Now, medyo komplikado po dito sa example number 2, kailangan itong perimeter muna natin. But if you will follow yung mismong steps po natin, what I have discussed, hindi kayo mahihirapan. Ano po? So pagkatapos natin makuha dito, yung A, B, and C, these 3 will be used para makuha natin yung maximum or greatest possible area of this rice field. So this is A, B, and C. Again, the formulas. Alin nga ulit ang gagamitin natin? Of course, this is not the one. I'm going to repeat, may gumagamit po nito. And then magsasolve ulit ng panibago pagkakuha nito. I'm not saying that is wrong, but it is long. No, it's not wrong, but it is long. Longer than what we are trying to accomplish here. What I am teaching you dito po sa session na to. So the one that we will be using is still this one. Okay? Now, paglilinaw po, itong sinabi kong long, after mo kasi, Sir, kukunti dito, ayan, no? Tama. Pero, pagkatapos mo makuha to, meron ka pa uling gagawin. Babalikan mo pa yung mga formulas. At dahil marami kayong babalikan, mas nakakalito. At mas tatama rin yung karamihan sa atin. So, dito, direct lang tayo. Okay? So, we will be using this one instead. Again, all we have to do now is to substitute all of this dito sa formula. Yung A, palitan mo ng negative 1. Ayan. Yung B, palitan mo ng positive 38. At yung C, 0. Ngayon, kung may 0 dito, any number multiplied by 0 is equal to 0. So this will be eliminated. Matitira 0. So we will come up with 0 minus the square of 38. Ulitin ko, yung minus dito, sign of operation. Hindi siya kasama sa a square. So, meron pa rin negative tayong magiging sagot dito. Over 4 times negative 1. So, simplifying this, negative 1,444 all over negative 4. So, makakancel yung negative, positive din magiging sagot. So, k is equal to 361. And this 361 is basically the greatest possible area. Ayan. Dahil meters yung gamit, we have to have here now our unit. The greatest possible area of this rice field that Heraldo owns is 361 square meters. This will be our answer. So again, I hope we learned something. At sana po, nakuha natin yung step by step. I'm going to repeat. What we're doing here is we try to break down yung different topics into different sets of videos. Para po pag may kailangan kayo hanapin, word problems, dito lang ako magpo-focus. Kailangan ko lang yung formula sa vertex, dun lang ako sa kabila magpo-focus. Kailangan ko lang halimbawa yung transforming quadratic function from standard form into the vertex form. Dun lang sa video na yun kayo magpo-focus. So that's the reason why marami tayong videos. Kung mapapansin natin, nagre-range na lang yung videos natin ng 20 to 40 minutes. Normally. Unlike nung una, na pinipilit ko sanang pagkasyahin, kaya lang hindi natin ma-elaborate. Pero yung overall nating oras, umaabot na ng oras. At aminin natin hindi, medyo tinatamad po tayo nun. No. So again, I hope this will be able to help us pagdating po dito sa ating mga ginagawa. And we're really hoping na after nitong pandemic na to, nitong mga nangyayari, you have learned something. So I'm hoping na you will be with us hanggang sa dulo po. So again, this is your Sir Ian saying keep on learning guys, God bless, and goodbye. Bye! Bye-bye.